In today's video, we are crafting for the Christmas season with some gorgeous projects that I know you're gonna love, using unique pieces that I found at the Dollar Tree that turned out really good. Some of these are made with gift bags and they don't look cheap like made out of gift bags, so I know you guys are going to love it. Please give me a big thumbs up and let's get started. Alright, did you know that you can save a ton of money by grabbing these $5 chalkboards from the Dollar Tree? These are 23 by 17 inches and a huge piece for just $5. If you pair them with some of Dollar Tree's gorgeous Santa bags, I was so happy to find these on like an end cap, and they had so many to choose from. This one with a list is my favorite, but they also had this gorgeous one with the reindeer I love as well. I wanted to put that on this chalkboard and it would look like a huge Santa picture, which usually runs from $25 to $40 if you purchase this at a larger store. So I'm carefully cutting out the front of the gift bag, and then it isn't as large as the chalkboard, so I am covering it with some Mod Podge and putting some wrapping paper over that. I did not mind the wrinkles being in the background. If you did, you could use something other than Mod Podge or a thicker backing, maybe like the peel and stick from Dollar Tree. I glued it down, removed the excess, put this rope in the corners just to cover all of the imperfections, and then put the gift bag. I wanted to get this Santa bag as straight as possible without having to measure and try to get it perfect. So I had these mini little posters on hand, so I just covered that up. So use any like square item that you would have, or rectangular item. And then I cut out the Santa, and then I thought it would really fill in the space to put this wooden Merry Christmas. It come from Hobby Lobby just for a couple of bucks. Everything is on sale, so it's really inexpensive, but any word would work. Or you could just center the Santa bag if you did not like the word on it. I ended up painting it white, gluing this all down, and I love how we can create such a huge sign that's really going to dress up and fill in a larger space. Before we jump back into some more DIYs, I want to take a second to thank Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. It is this amazing community where makers just like us can find inspiration, learn new skills, and keep growing in our favorite hobbies, all from home. Craftsy has over 2,000 step-by-step classes taught by friendly, award-winning instructors, everything from painting, drawing, sewing, baking, cake decorating, cooking, journaling, paper crafts, and knitting. You can learn at your own pace, and each class is broken down into step-by-step lessons that are really easy to follow. I have been watching several myself lately, and I am obsessed with the sugar cookie decorating ones. This one is great by Ann York, sharing how you decorate some fun winter cookies, and they're always adding new classes so everything stays fresh and new. Members get access to live streaming tutorials where Craftsy's expert instructors share tips, answer questions, and connect with the whole creative community in real time. It's such a fun way to stay inspired, and if you're someone who loves creating things with your own two hands, or just want to learn something totally new, you'll love being a part of Crafty's creative community. And for an amazing Black Friday deal, you can go to go.craftsy.com/KraftsbyKatelyn5 to receive your first full year of Craftsy Premium for $1.49. All of that information is down in the description box. A huge thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video and for a place to keep sharing, learning, and creating what we love. I did not want to waste any of this gift bag. I used the front for the other project, but for this one, I found an arched frame from the Dollar General. It was marked down, so I was so excited to get to repurpose this. I just took out one of my little razor blades and scratched this off of the back. It's just kind of printed on there, so if you just take the time to scratch it off, you'll be left with a plain glass in a frame. It is real glass and not plexiglass. Sometimes you have to watch because the razor blade will scratch the plastic, but for this I just put it over the Santa and traced it, cut it down to size, and then glue it in the background. And this is so beautiful. I love the color of this wooden frame. It matches my decor so perfectly. I tried to get a little bit of the list in the photo, but most of it got cut off, and then cut the top down so it was a little bit more arched. And this is so gorgeous. Definitely a style of frame that you would see at like Kirkland's. Alright, so these candles that have the 3D wax pieces on top are still going wild this year. I have seen several stores having them out, so I picked up a very inexpensive bowl at Hobby Lobby. I was originally just going to buy a candle that was large and flat like this, and I couldn't find anything for under $15. So whenever I found this bowl for just a few bucks at Hobby Lobby, I knew I could pour my own wax in here, so I'm using cheap Dollar Tree candles, melting them down and pouring this bowl full. And then I picked up these little wax trees from Home Goods. They were around $5. You can find like wax snowflakes at Dollar Tree. I know I did last year for $1.25, but these trees just really caught my attention. I knew they were going to fill this up, but turned out really pretty. I'm not going to burn this, just leave it as decor, but I thought it was so pretty. I found this huge pack of different size printables, or they're already printed posters, on Amazon, and I thought they were so pretty. I love the Santa and the little winter scenes. A couple of them I didn't love, but most of them were really great and look very beautiful. So I went with this snowman, and I am gluing it down just in the center of this wooden sign, and then going to be outlining it with some natural wood snowflakes that I like to pick up at Hobby Lobby. This just really makes it like an entire piece. You can take these cheap little printable artworks, or if you didn't want to order them off of Amazon, you can download some from Etsy, purchase them from there. Also have really cute ones, but just lining up all of these little snowflakes so that they fit evenly and it makes more of like the rectangular shape. Trying not to put two just alike right beside each other, but I feel like this was a fun way to use one of these little posters, and I'll definitely be putting these in some more projects because they were so fun to use. Alright, so if you can find these little wedding photo frames at Dollar Tree, grab them. They make the cutest little ornaments for your tree. I grabbed these a while back and I was so excited to fill my tree up with them. I actually purchased some off of Amazon and paid almost $10 for many little frames, and it was ridiculous. So I couldn't put very many on my tree. So this year I'm going to load it down with these little $1.25 ornaments. I feel like it'll be so fun adding like past Christmas memories all over the tree in the family room. I'm also pairing it with some of these wooden beads out of like the mini Christmas tree decoration section at the Dollar Tree. I did 4 of the largest white beads. That's how I measured it. So I glued those down, cut the excess away. How cute are these? You could be really creative and put some greenery on here. I felt like going on the tree, they would just pop off as they are, but fill these up with some cute pictures. Alright, another fun way to use some wrapping paper is to grab this huge Dollar Tree frame. I can't believe these are still just $1.25. I expect them to go up in price, but they are kind of like not very nice made. But if you're just needing a cheap frame on a larger scale, this is perfect to grab. I am pulling out the back cardboard piece and covering it with just some neutral wrapping paper. Gluing it down with a glue stick does work a lot better versus putting down Mod Podge. It does tend to get more wet and wrinkled. Remove the glass completely and then put the cardboard backing back in the frame, and then glue down a little clothespin with one of these printables. And this is so easy to add a large piece of artwork that you can easily trade out if you change your mind or want to switch it up next year. But how cute is this, where you also could display a family photo? Alright, so I definitely love creating huge signs from the Dollar Tree with just random pieces that I can find. So these were the most beautiful color wood. So I'm using these from Dollar Tree, cutting off the excess to get rid of that little hole at the top that was a star that was going to throw off this sign. I like to score this with a utility knife just using a straight edge. It usually pops off pretty easy, and then I just straighten it up with a pair of scissors as well as my sandpaper, and then attach these together, and you have the perfect foundation to be super creative and create whatever type of sign that you want. So I love this little pack of elves clothes. It was $5, it's went up to $7, but these were ones that I already had on hand. But I cannot believe the $7. So you just have to justify whether it's worth it to you or not. But if you don't like that price point, you definitely can look around for little clothing pieces. I know like Hobby Lobby has like an ugly Christmas sweater in like the ornament section for a couple of bucks. They also have little elf feet, so you could definitely put together your own little garland. I just strung this across the top, used this large welcome sign or word that come from the Dollar Tree, glued that to the bottom, and then added some string lights to the top, and this just makes it pop. It looks so cute setting on a little table decorated. My girls are obsessed with little elves right now, so a lot of our home decor has like whimsical elves in it, and I am just loving it. I think it is super cute. You want to attach your battery pack around the back of the sign, and that way you can easily access it. But how cute is this? You can just weave them in, attach it to the little clothespins, and this will light up at night. Like I mentioned, we are loving whimsical, colorful decor that reminds you of elves, so a great hack is to grab a set of Dollar Tree string lights as well as some of these large colorful bulbs. This is actually a necklace and it is battery operated. You can just unscrew these and attach them over the little LED lights, the ones that do not get hot because you want to be super safe. Go ahead, just attach these with a dot of hot glue and let them cool off, and I think these are adorable. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get those gorgeous vintage large bulbs. This works just as well. It's a really cute little garland and adds so much color to any space. Here's another really fun lit up decor piece using Dollar Tree items. Grab a couple of these wooden stakes, very inexpensive. Just pop the stake part off. Sometimes it breaks in half, sometimes it pops off, and then you just use a couple of signs. I already had these on hand, but they have like a rim around them where you can actually set the little stake, and there's going to be space behind it. So that's the sign that you want to look for. If you don't have this type of sign, you can use tower blocks to hold up the little face or head itself. I filled in the little holes at the top of the sign, and then the secret here is to use string lights behind the head. So the first thing I'm going to do to dress this up is add white to the frame. I feel like this is really going to make it pop and just fit in more with my Christmas style. Let that dry, make sure the little heads are going to fit right in place, and then use any color or type of string light that you would like. Put some batteries in there. You have to drill a little hole if you want the battery pack to be around the back and easily accessible, and then just weave your lights through, and we're going to place these behind the sign. I I kind of just loop them around in a circle. You don't want them to stick out of the edges of the sign. Let this cool off a little bit, then place the sign or the little stake head above it. You want to glue the top and the bottom, and this looks so cute. You're able to turn it on and off from the back, and these will light up at night. Once again, more elf decor and snowman decor. You could place these together or in different areas, but a really fun project that lights up. I feel like all of the lit up decor just adds so much of a cozy touch to your home. Of the evenings, we turn on everything, and it's just perfect for movie night or if you just want a warm, cozy night on the couch. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. Let me know in the comments down below which project was your favorite. Another huge thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. Remember, they are having a huge Black Friday deal. If you go to go.craftsy.com/KraftsbyKatelyn5, you can receive your first full year of Craftsy Premium for just $1.49. That is a great deal. You're going to learn so much, but most of all, love it and get to create some items as well as learn new hobbies that you're really proud of. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.